the candles, get the ice out, roll the rugs up. No, it may not be anyone's birthday, and it's far from the first of the year. I know in this very minute there's history in it. We're here, though it's time for making merry, and so I'm for making hay. Tune the grand up, dance your shoes off, strike the band up, it's today.
Welcome to our Jerry Herman show. Most hummable, mummable songs ever written. Hope you enjoy them.
Well, it's time for making merry, and so I'm for making hay. Tune the grand up, dance your shoes off, strike the band up, pull the stops out, hallelujah, it's today!
It's today! Jerry Herman. Thank you, Michael. That was Michael Trotman doing our opening number. Greetings from New Hope, Pennsylvania. I love when we do our theme shows on Wednesday nights, and this is a particularly fun one. I mean, the music of Jerry Herman. Where do we start? Those nine, I think I counted nine wonderful, wonderful Broadway shows, of which you probably know 7 of them. And you probably didn't know the only 2 that I didn't know, except I'm looking out there and I see the people, everybody watching tonight between Mark Grant and Frank and Robin and Sharon and Jimmy Two Canes and Adam and Terry and Kathy and Kevin and Pat and Michael and Bennett. You guys are all, and Aileen, you're all like, and Stephen Soam, of course, a big Jerry Herman aficionado. You're like the master class of Jerry Herman, so you probably know every one of these songs, and you know all the shows. Mac and Mabel, Milk and Honey, Hello Dolly, Maine, La Cage aux Folles,
Right.
Dear World, Ben Franklin in Paris. That's one of the ones I'm not familiar with as much. The Grand Tour, A Day in Hollywood, A Night in the Ukraine, and a couple of reviews like Jerry's Girls. But those were the really big shows of Jerry Herman. But boy, what a mark he left on Broadway, on the theater, Broadway theater. And
I mean, he died, 2 years ago, was it?
No, he just died in December. Last December, the day after Christmas. He was 88. And he was nominated 5 times for a Tony Award, but he won twice for Hello Dolly and La Cage aux Folles. So we have a great collection of songs. I mean, it would be impossible to do, to represent all the shows in our 1 hour with you.
Right.
But we have some really good ones to do tonight. Just all happy good songs.
It is one of the happiest shows I think we've done.
I know. There's only one ballad in the whole
Yeah,
thing.
seriously.
And it's mine, so I'm sorry. I like ruined it, right?
Yeah, well.
It was gonna be an upbeat show for the first time ever, I think.
No, the Rat Pack, there wasn't a ballad in that night.
Oh, that's true.
There's only one tonight, and it was one. I know it's so funny. About 3 people said to me, "I hope that." I'm not going to tell you the song is in the show. And I'm like, of course, I can't do Jerry Herman without that. There's a couple songs that I just feel like you can't do Jerry Herman.
There were some really specific, I don't want to say stereotypical, but stereotypical Jerry Herman songs, things that you absolutely know. When you hear it, you go, oh,
they're the must-haves.
Yeah, that's Jerry,
The must-haves of Jerry. But yeah, who was it that said it, that he was the last of the hummable, mummable tunes?
He may have said it.
He might have said it.
He lived till last year, but he really didn't write much after La Cage. La Cage was kind of like the end, right, of the big writing of the shows. And when he won for La Cage, he made a big deal about writing a hummable score for Broadway because he was nominated the same year for the Tony that Stephen Sondheim was for Sunday in the Park. And Sunday in the Park was winning the Pulitzer, and it was the critics' darlings, and people kind of sort of dismissed La Cage as being fluffy. but it was enduring. It was enduring.
There's not a bad song.
Yeah,
in
it was
that
enduring.
show.
He wrote a great score.
So we'll talk more about his shows as we go along. Thank you all for joining us. Hi, James and Beth Hansen and Travis. It's probably still celebrating your birthday. And Rebecca is with us and Bill Thomer. Franny is going to be on the show coming up really soon. Lorelei and Karen Clayton and all my friends down at the shore. And Julie Standig from Doylestown. Good to see you here too. So let's get started. How about a song from Maine? And who better to sing it tonight than Penny Katz herself?
Hi, Penny Katz here, and I'd love to thank Bob Egan for inviting me to be part of Jerry Herman's night. I happen to have met him once, and he was as brilliant as his music. All out the holly, put up the tree before my spirit falls again. Fill up the stockings, I may be rushing things, but deck the halls again now. Oh, we need a little Christmas right this very minute. Candles in the window, carols at the spinach. Yes, we need a little Christmas right this very minute. Hasn't snowed a single flurry, but Santa, dear, I'm in a hurry. So slide down the chimney, put up the brightest string of lights I've ever seen. Slice up the fruit cake. It's time we hung some tinsel on that evergreen bough. For I've grown a little leaner, grown a little sadder, grown a little older, grown a little colder, and I need a little angel sitting on my shoulder. Need a little Christmas now. For we need a little music, need a little laughter, need a little singing, ringing through the rafter, and we need a little snappy, happy ever after. Need a little Christmas now. L'chaim!
Oh, it's too much fun. Thank you, Penny. It's got us in the spirit for Jerry Herman and for the holidays, which are going to be here before we blink. Before we know it, it's going to be Thanksgiving. And you know how that goes. Then we're already at 2021. So did that. Anyway, that's a whole other story. So
Thank God,
thank you,
you know?
Penny. We had more fun with that.
That was fun, Penny. That was great.
Thank you for getting us off to a good start tonight. Well, the next song, we have a couple songs tonight from a show called Mac and Mabel. So I always like to say, like, Mac and Mabel is to Jerry Herman what, like, Merrily We Roll Along was to Stephen Sondheim. Because these were shows that were not successful, but the score.
Oh, this score is amazing. It may be one of my favorite Jerry Herman.
Oh my God! Every song of the score is so amazing. It starred Robert Preston and Bernadette Peters.
Mm-hmm. But it's about the silent industry, Mac Sennett, and it's really about an actress who becomes drug addicted and dies. So it's kind of hard to and with the Jerry Herman show tune score, right? So has this fabulous
happy
score.
songs, that's
right?
good.
But even with Bernadette Peters, who can do no wrong in my mind, who's fabulous, they couldn't pull it off. And it was Robert Preston with Bernadette in the original production, and they keep trying. They brought it to City Center a couple years ago. They did it to London. It's the one show that keeps getting revised. The book gets revised, and they're trying to make it work, but the person's still a drug addicted dead person. It's like it's based on this actual true story, so it's kind of hard to pull it off.
Thank you for cheering me up.
I know. But almost every other Jerry Herman show, with the exception of maybe Dear World, the people end up in a good place.
Someone said to me, they said, well, there was never a big hit because the character dies at the end. I'm like, well, how do you explain Les Miserables?
Well, but Les Miserables is opera, really.
I know.
I mean, it's a whole different, opera-esque, I guess. This is not. This was, just think, Jerry Herman's coming in after Mame and after, these big hits, and then he does this. It's like, so, just saying. That's why. But the score is amazing.
Cheers.
The score is amazing. You're going to love these songs.
Cheers, everybody.
You're going to love these songs, though. I think there are 3 of them in the show, I think.
There are, I think, 3. 3.
And they're all
from Mac and
gorgeous.
Mabel. But the first one, please welcome Kathy Babe Robinson.
Give my life some sparkle and fizz. I think a thought that isn't wrapped up in his. The place that I consider paradise is wherever he ain't. Wherever he ain't. No more to wither when he's grouchy and gruff. No more to listen to him bellow and bluff. Tomorrow morning I'll be strutting my stuff wherever he ain't. Wherever he ain't. Enough of being bullied and bossed. Ta-ta, I'll feed her Zane and get lost. I walked behind him like a meek little lamb and had my fill of his not giving a damn. I'll go to Sydney or Ceylon or Siam, wherever he ain't. Wherever he ain't. It's time for this Nell to rebel. If he's in heaven, I'd go to hell. My little loveness was a terrible trap, with me behaving like a simpering sap. And so I'm looking for a spot on the map. If he's going south, I'm going north. If he's going back, I'm going forth. Wherever he ain't.
Kathy, you cut me off. Are we having fun, right? See, we're having a lot of fun doing this.
Now, I will say the one thing about Mac and Mabel, it was based on silent movies, so it has that sort of manic quality, and Kathy captured that perfectly.
She was pretty manic in the Halloween show last week, too.
Yeah, it's awesome.
She's a great actress and a great singer. Thank you so much, Kathy. Well, the next song is from La Cage aux Folles. And this is another must-have. I can't imagine doing the show without this song. I love the song. I love the sentiment of this song. I love everything about La Cage aux Folles. I love the story and everything about the story and the sentiment of the whole show. But there's something about this song, too. I always say it's like a great New Year's song. My big pet peeve every year at New Year's was that when people would say, "Boy, I'm really glad to see this year gone," I'd say, "Come on. There's got to be good stuff that happened during your year." I may take that back this year. But anyway, but still, no, there's still a lot of good things out of 2020. And this next song, I love the sentiment of this, and I'm so glad that Zach chose to pick to do this song. So please welcome Zach Taglioli.
Hi, Bob. Zach here. Thank you so much for having me on the show once again. It is election night as I'm recording this, so I have on my Martin and Sinatra shirt, because that's who should be winning. But anyway, let's not get political here. You know, like I said, I'm recording this song during election night, appropriately titled The Best of Times. Some people may not agree. But the only thing really getting me through tonight's election process. This is my bottle of Jack and my pillow. So anyway, to honor Mr. Jerry Herman, here is The Best of Times, one of my favorite songs by Jerry. The best of times is now. What's left of summer but a faded rose? The best of times is now. As for tomorrow, well, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? So hold this moment fast and live at love as hard as you know how. And make this moment last, because the best of times is now, is now, is now. No, not some forgotten yesterday. Now, tomorrow is too far away. So hold this moment fast and live at love as hard as you know how, and make this moment last, because the best of times is now, is now, is now. The best of times is now. What's left of summer but a faded rose? The best of times is now. As for tomorrow, well, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? So hold this moment fast and live at love as hard as you know how, and make this moment last, because the best of times is now, is now, is now. Not some forgotten yesterday. Now, tomorrow is too far away. So hold this moment fast and live at love as hard as you know how, and make this moment last, because the best of times is now, is now, is now, is now, is now. Best of times is now. Thank you, Bob. Have a good one.
Thank you, Zach. Right? Don't we all love Zach already, right? I noticed you have like a whole fan club here, Zach. I think Zach's Italian, don't you? I think the flag, did the flag give it away or the last name? I don't know. But Zach, anyway, I love having you part of the show, and thank you, Joni Schneider, for sending him to us from his dorm up in Montclair, New Jersey. I love it. He is old enough to drink.
I asked. I wasn't sure.
I want to say hi to a few other people. That just happens to be Zach. That happens to be one of my dearest friends in the world, who I adore. It's her favorite song, and she is up in Mendon, New Jersey, singing along. Hi, Jean Jaco, along with Catherine and Gretchen. They're all singing and dancing. That's their favorite song. Very special between all of us. And hi, Gigi. Gigi was in last week's show. And James Henry from Whitehorse Village. Good to see you. And Dottie Rudnick and Judy Jones and David and Shelley Tapp and Sharon Graham and Sharon Sweeney. The Sharons are here.
It's full house.
It's a full house. And Michelle Mercado with our Virtual Piano Bar fan club. We'll talk about that more as we go on. Fred White, Gail Bowman, Jennifer and Tom Orr from the Orr House. Yes. Rhoda Rogers, Jonathan Waterfield.
You just love that.
And Ken and Julie Standig. I'm sorry, I mentioned Julie earlier, and I forgot to mention you, Ken. So our next song is also from Mac and Mabel. Like I said, I love every song from that score, and I think when you hear this one, you'll see why I like this one also. So please welcome Amy Levine.
Miss Waitress from Flatbush, get down from up there. Don't you know that you're out of your class? Miss Waitress from Flatbush, I hope you're aware you're behaving like some little ass. Hey, miss, what's this? See that fascinating creature with perfection stamped on every feature. She was plain little Nellie, the kid from the deli. But mother of God, look what happened to Mabel. From now on, this pile of flesh will be considered something pretty special. And Miss BLT down is the toast of the town. Maddie and Joseph, look what happened to Mabel. Every gesture and position that she takes is smart and meticulous. Talk about the magic that the camera makes. This is ridiculous. Hold your tongue and hold your Snickers, for the new enchantress of the flickers is that plain little Nellie, the kid from the deli. So round me beads, look what happened to Mabel. Someone who was plain as mutton on the screen is cuter than a button, and the girl with the pickles is hustling for nickels. It's something to see. Look what happened to Mabel yesterday. A tip collector, but today just turn on the projector and Miss Avenue R is a regular star. Holy Mother McCree, look what happened to Mabel. Up till now, I never really knew that I could be so ambitious, but suddenly I have to say goodbye to bagels and knishes. I know that you think I'm balmy, but the queen of corned beef and salami is a glamorous goddess who's busted out bodice. Jump and say Jude, look what happened to Mabel. Look what happened to Mabel. Look what happened to Mabel.
Right. Every song is so great.
Fabulous.
Thank you, Amy. That was so much fun to do that. I love, like I said, I love every song from Mac and Mabel, and you still have another one coming.
You know, it's so funny because that's about, that song's about an actress, being discovered, and we're watching Hollywood right now on Netflix. And so just, that's also about discovery in a very different way. So that's universal. That's sort of, wanting to be a star, it's in a lot of pieces.
Big dreams.
Big dreams.
I love hearing those stories about people that traveled halfway across the country to go to Hollywood with $10 on them.
Right. Broadway, they do it too to Broadway. We deal with a lot of actors that, in fact, with the pandemic, so many of them have left, but they'll be back. And, they come in with, 50 cents in their pocket and a dream, right?
That's what we all do, right? Everyone wants to be discovered.
Yeah, and that was Mabel Normand, silent movie star.
So the next song is also from Mac and Mabel, and this was one of the other must-haves. I call it. It's one of the most most beautiful, touching songs that Jerry Herman wrote. And here to sing it with us, you've seen him a couple times before, and we're thrilled to have him back from Trenton, New Jersey. Please welcome Ted Jamison.
Good evening. The song I'm about to do is dedicated to my sister Margie, who recently passed away. Time heals everything. Tuesday, Thursday, Time heals everything. April, August. If I'm patient, the break will mend. One fine morning, the hurt will end. So make the moments fly. Autumn, winter, I'll forget you by next year. Some year, though it's hell that I'm going through. Some Tuesday, Thursday, April, August, autumn, winter, next year, some year. Time heals everything. Time heals everything but loving you. I'm patient, the break will mend, and one fine morning the hurt will end. So make the moments fly. Autumn, winter, I'll forget you by next year. Some year, though it's hell that I'm going through. Some Tuesday, Thursday, April, August, autumn, winter, next year, some year. Time heals everything. Time heals everything but loving you.
So beautiful,
Beautiful,
Ted.
yeah.
Thank you for sharing that
Gorgeous.
with us.
He's such an elegant singer.
He's such an elegant man,
yeah,
right?
right?
That was beautiful, Ted. That was the nicest gift you could have given your sister, and I'm sure she was listening to it. When I talked to Ted a couple weeks ago, I said, "Are you sure you want to do the song?" He said, "No, I need to do the song." And I think it couldn't have been more beautiful. Thanks, Ted.
Thus ends our Mac and Mabel section of
That's
today's
Mac and
program.
Mabel for you, right?
That's the end of that.
Oh, I know, right? Oh, I think it's the end of Mac and Mabel. That's
Yeah.
how it ends, right? I just gave away the plot. Anyway, I want to say hi to Amy Ray that's out there, too. Look forward to you being back on the show soon, too. And Andrew M., I see you out there. And Maurice and Rick, you guys never miss a show. And Patty Call, my cousin down in Florida. Will Dinley, it's good to see you, too, over in Lambertville. And Andrea Erickson and Michael May up in Clifton, New Jersey. Marjorie is here from Basking Ridge. And Bill Salder from up by Clinton, New Jersey. The next song is We're Back to La Cage aux Folles. You've seen him now a couple times on the show, and he's back tonight. One of my oldest friends in the world, Richard Catenacci.
How often is someone concerned with the tiniest thread of your life? Concerned with whatever you feel, whatever you touch. Look over there, look over there. Somebody cares that much. How often does somebody sense that you need them without being told? When you have a hurt in your heart, you're too proud to disclose. Look over there. Look over there. Somebody always knows when your world spins too fast and your bubble has burst. Someone puts themselves last so that you can come first. So count all the loves who have loved you for all of the rest of your life. And when you have added the loves who have loved you before, look over there, look over there. Somebody loves you more. When your world spins too fast and your bubble has burst, someone puts themselves last so that you can come first. So count all the loves who have loved you from now to the end of your life. And when you have added the ones who have loved you before, look over there, look over there. Somebody loves you.
Nice job, Richard. Such a great song, really. And there's not a throwaway song in that show, La Cage aux Folles. Such an incredible story. Thank you, Richard. It was beautiful. I remember I saw La Cage when it first opened. I saw every revival of it as well. Quite a few people I know, it's like their favorite show.
I like the last revival a lot, actually.
The last revival was wonderful.
That was really good.
Yeah, it was probably the best. Was that the one where that's
Kelsey Grammer revival?
Kelsey Grammer, right? And, Frasier.
Douglas Hodge, I think it was the guy who played the what I like to call the Nathan.
It was so well done, yeah.
It was. I mean, it was smaller, and yet it totally worked. I think they really played up the comedy. I mean,
oh yeah, the original one had the swings, right? The big swings.
Oh, the original one was like this big extravaganza, and I saw it was at the Palace Theater in New York, and I saw it very late in the run. It ran for like I could look this up, but like 1,200 performances. It ran for a very, very long time, and when I saw it, it was a little bit, how should we say, aged. You know, it felt like there were certain scenes you could drive Mack trucks through, and it was. But the music was still so amazing, and so I was like, okay, I think I understand why people like this show. But when I saw the revival, we saw the first revival, which wasn't very good, and then we saw the second revival, which was like amazing. And the comedy is still, even though the characters are kind of stereotypical, and you know.
It's also, by the way, if you don't know this, some people probably, not everybody probably knows that it's also the movie Birdcage.
Yeah.
So there was La Cage aux Folles that was in French with the subtitles.
Yeah.
And then there was Birdcage with Robin Williams and Nathan Lane. One of the funniest movies ever made.
Yeah, and it's so funny, and yet, like I said,
Fosse.
Yeah, bit stereotypical, but it's it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun.
We have some other great theme shows coming up too over the next couple weeks. Well, you can stay right there, Michael.
I'll stay here, but you're going to talk about themes. Yeah.
Actually, it's up until like 5 minutes before the show, I had Peggy Lee on my mind because next Wednesday we're doing a tribute to Peggy Lee.
Very cool.
Which is great songs like Fever and I love being here with you, and
but everybody knows Fever, right?
Oh, and everybody knows you had plenty money back in from Jessica Rabbit. I mean, there's just like all cool songs. Peggy Lee was the queen of cool. She was just awesome.
Well, you were talking about her, like, and we'll see this probably when we do the show, but she didn't have a lot of everything was in a very small space. Her performance was all very tight. She didn't have a lot of she wasn't hysterical, and she didn't have big flashy movements. It was all like here.
Lisa Sherman and I were doing a job in Florida once, and we went out for a happy hour. I think it was to celebrate that the job was over and we could just have fun. What?
Nothing.
And so we were at the happy hour, and all of a sudden they were playing videos, in the place, and they played this video of Peggy Lee singing "Why Don't You Do Right," and Lisa went like, she said, "Oh my God, who's that?" I said, "That's Peggy Lee." She said, "That's Peggy Lee." I think she knew Peggy Lee, but she didn't And we were like mesmerized. And it became like a whole thing on the whole trip. Like we just kept watching this Peggy Lee video over and over. And she just would sit there and go, she hardly moved. And she just was cool. She was
cool.
Sang with such confidence. And anyway, and then the week after that, we're doing, we have a great show coming up too with all music of the Carpenters.
And
Captain and Tennille. So you got... Yes, and it's going to have Andy Prescott in the show also. And Franny Townsend, who's with us tonight watching, she's going to be in the show.
Cool.
And then I also have on November 25th, probably a little variety show. I'll call it my birthday show. We'll see. It could be some pretty twisted stuff that night. We'll see.
Before Thanksgiving.
Night before Thanksgiving. Nobody's got to work the next day. And then on December 2nd, we're doing a night of all Peter Allen. Peter Allen, as you know, wrote...
When we do the look back reel, I've done like all Peter Allen, so we can't do the look back reel.
Yeah, because you're on it. You'll be like the ham stealing the look back reel.
Yeah, pretty much. Because obviously I like Peter Allen a great deal.
So you should do a song from this. This is from. Tell us about this song because I don't know anything about Grand Tour.
Oh, it was another one that just for all the hits he had, Hello Dolly and Mame, and La Cage, he had some shows that just missed. And the Grand Tour was one of them. And I knew very little about the Grand Tour. And I was, where I heard this song, Bob? I heard this song at Odette's.
Zach.
Zach, yeah.
Yeah, Zach, a waiter from Odette's used to sing
He
this.
would come in and sing this on his day
Zach
off.
Wolbensmith.
And I said, oh my God, what is that song? That's so beautiful. And Bob's like, oh, that's Marianne. It's Jerry Herman. And then I looked it up and I was obsessed with this song.
And another song that we probably all wouldn't have known about if it wasn't for Michael Feinstein doing it on his Jerry Herman CD, which he did with Jerry Herman, which was fantastic.
So if you listen to the Grand Tour, not a lot of that's the one score that I think hasn't really broken out. There's not a lot of music that people know from it, but this...
I just noticed a few other people. Was that Debbie Pileggi's here now too, and Rosemary Convery and David Witchell.
Hey guys, hello everybody.
And Ruth Bennick. All my favorite people tonight. That's how every Wednesday night should be.
Yeah,
that's how every day should be. What am I talking about? I guess we'll have to do it. We'll have to do these more often. All right. So anyway,
I have to switch microphones. Excuse me. I'm like not organized.
Well, then I'll just keep playing a long introduction.
But if this is named after your sister.
Don't ever tell me that you've heard the cello, for you've never met Marianne. Don't talk of silver or violet or yellow, for you've never met Marianne. Don't talk of garnets or pearls from Manila. Forget them as fast as you can. Don't mention ginger or lime or vanilla until you have kissed Marianne. Don't ever mention the lights from the planets until you have seen Marianne. You'll pity the Jennies, the Janes, and the Janets the moment you met Marianne. And so the one thing I'm positive of is that God made me one lucky man. Gentlemen, sorry, you won't know what love is until you
Nice, Michael. Isn't that a beautiful song? That's one that I bet a lot of you probably never heard before. And you only hear it here at Bob Egan and Friends on the Virtual Piano Bar Network. Which gives me a good chance to thank John Richardson, who's actually running the show tonight and who founded and started the Virtual Piano Bar. And thanks to people like John Richardson, we have a Virtual Piano Bar fan club because Michelle Mercado, my friend, started this show, this fan club. Right, John? John loves it.
She's my best friend.
Okay. We're still fighting over Michelle. Also, and I want to thank Jonathan Hawkins and Heather Lundstad Price because she just got married. She's the one that does all the cool graphics too for the show, and the fun stuff that you see every Wednesday when we have our theme shows. Hi, Doll Fredericks, watching us from out there in Cincinnati, Ohio. Hi, Michelle. I see you. I hope I said hi to everybody today. And Leslie's here with us from Oklahoma City. All right. So our next song is from Maine. Yes, we are back to Maine. What can I say? This song reminds me of, it's one of those comic numbers that reminds me of, what are the numbers from Funny Girl? There's something about that.
That
one. Yeah. Don't say what happens.
Okay.
Because it'll give it away. Anyway, please welcome Pam Jorgensen.
Hysterical.
Guys, I am so happy to see you, and this place is amazing. I am so hungry. No, nothing to drink. Just some seltzer and lime. How long has it been? 7, 8 months? Yes, the last time you guys saw me, you said I was single and ready to mingle because y'all are corny like that. But I am doing so great. But I have got the craziest story to tell the two of you. So just take a sip of martini and get ready because buckle in. This is a good one. With my wings resolutely spread, my dear Bobby, and my old inhibition shed, my pal Michael, I did each little thing you said. You're my besties. I lived. I altered a drop of the drape of my bodice and softened the shape of my brow. I followed directions and made some connections, but what do I do now? Think this Miss Prim would have opened a window as far as her whim would allow. And oh, what suppose it was so hard to close it? Oh, what do I do now? I polished and powdered and puffed myself. If life is a banquet, I stuffed myself. I had my misgivings, but went on a field trip to find out what living's about. My thanks for your training. Now I'm not complaining, but you left something out. Instead of wandering home with my lone remorse, I have come back home to complete the course. What do I do? Guys, I traveled to hell in my new veneer, and look what I got as a souvenir. much. So I'm gonna call him Egan Trotman Dutch. I do.
Oh, those great lines from Mame, right?
You know, a lot of them are directly from the original Anti-Mame play. They just
there was a play called
Oh
Anti-Mame?
yeah, the play. In the movie, you don't the first book, Patrick Dennis wrote a book about his real life aunt that became a play, that became a movie, that became a musical, that became a musical movie.
See what I learned doing this show?
See? And of
I
course
didn't even know
the
that.
musical movies, it's Lucille Ball, and it really wasn't
I know, I saw that.
Isn't that
She
great?
really didn't sing, did she?
No, but the and they keep trying to bring the musical back. But the last time they did it was in Washington a couple years ago with Christine Baranski playing Mame, and it didn't quite stick together. I think, but the play is still very good.
I actually saw it in Philadelphia when it went on tour with. I think it was it had to be a revival because I mean, when it came out, I was 9 or something or 8. But I did see it with Angela Lansbury and Dorothy Spornak
With B. Arthur. Bosom Buddies is probably the
Back to the Golden Girls.
Yeah, Bosom Buddies is one of the better known, Mame. Bosom Buddies. So we can do another Jerry Herman show and do like Bosom Buddies and a bunch of other songs we haven't done tonight. But if you go on, I think YouTube or somewhere, you can find some of the original footage of Angela Lansbury during Mame. It opens with, It's Today, the song we opened with tonight, and she slides down this big railing, and you can see it. It's really fun, really fun.
Anyway, I want to say hi also to, I'm not sure if I said hi to Terry Fenningham was out there too, and Beth Hansen and David from, David, thank you very much for being here too. Also, I want to thank you all over the course of the week when we do the shows. Many of you are so kind to use our Venmo and PayPal, which is like really easy. The PayPal is my email address, bob@bobeganentertainment.com, Venmo, Bob Egan Entertainment. It's all listed on the thing. But that is how we support the show and how I'm working now. So, because it takes a lot of hours to do these two shows. A lot of hours. So thank you very much, because you all, and a lot of people send me the nicest cards, and you all send, I appreciate your emails, your texts, and everything to support just keeping us going on this. So anyway, so our last song on the show,
can you believe it's the last
I know,
one
it time flies when you're doing Jerry Herman. It's like happy. Everything's just like fun and quick, and you were wondering if were we going to do anything from Hello Dolly? Well, actually, we did. Michael did a Hello Dolly song on Sunday, but anyway, we
did a Penny in Your Pocket a couple of weeks ago.
And well, yeah. So
were there others we did from Dolly?
There's I don't know. There's so many. Another show that there's so many great songs.
Yeah,
and of course, there was a big revival 2 years ago with Bette Midler.
Yeah.
Anyway. But I love this. I love this show. I love this song. These songs. And I'm so thrilled to have her back. You've seen her now twice on the show, and she's a dear friend of mine. And I'm so please welcome back the amazing Ruth Kay.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Dolly.
Before the parade passes by, I'm gonna go and taste Saturday's nightlife. Before the parade passes by, I'm gonna get some life back into my life. I'm ready to move out in front. I've had enough of just passing by life with the best of them. With the rest of them, I can hold my head up high. 'Cause I've got a goal again, I've got to drive again. I'm ready to feel my heart coming alive again before the parade passes by. Look at that crowd up ahead. Listen and hear that brass harmony growing. Look at that crowd up ahead. Pardon me if my old spirit is showing. Even the lights over there seem to be telling me where I'm going. When the whistles blow and the cymbals clash and the sparklers light the sky, I'm gonna raise the roof, I'm gonna carry on. Give me an old trombone, give me an old baton before the parade passes by. Oh my goodness, who do we have here? Hello, Bobby. Well, hello, Bobby. It's so nice to have you here where you belong. You're looking swell, Bobby. I can tell, Bobby. You're still growing, you're still glowing, you're still going strong. I feel the room swaying while my friends playing some of my old favorite songs from way back when. So, wow, 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 Bobby, look at the old girl now, Bobby. Dolly, you'll never go away. Dolly, you'll never go away. Dolly, you'll never go away again. Dolly, you'll never go away again.
Cut out Bob is on tour.
Seriously.
Ruth, you made us all laugh, you made us smile, and you made us all sing along, and that was just so delightful.
She looks like she just stepped off like the road company of Hello Dolly.
She made that costume.
Amazing.
She made that costume.
Amazing.
She used to do a lot of shows all the time, and that was she had a little bit that she did with that, and that was kind of a medley from the show. But
And
we
she just
transposed it to piano.
defies age, like amazing. She's
And I want to also acknowledge her amazing announcer and camerawoman, Amy Grandinetti, her daughter, my friend Amy, which is how I met Ruth, her mother.
well, thank you for sending us Ruth. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Amy, because that's how I met your parents. I love it that you brought them to Moonstruck in Asbury Park. I want to say hi to Jane McNeil, better late than never. And you can always, when the show's over, you just have to scroll back and you can start at the
That's
beginning.
right, Jane. You're like,
because you don't want to
that's
miss
right.
any of this. It was too much fun stuff. Kathy Lieber, it's good to see you out there too, and I look forward to having you on soon. I'm working on your song. I really am. Anyway. Thank you, Michael Trotman, who puts all the videos together and just helps edit. You know, I do all this work with the sound and the singers. You know, some are a lot harder than others.
He disappears into the office for like 12 hours.
At least.
Yeah.
And we have fun with the green screen stuff in the studio. Anyway, so thank you for all your amazing work.
Thank you.
Thank you, all of you, for joining in. I'll see you on Sunday night. We'll have our variety show. We have some special guests on Sunday night, like Eddie Bruce will be back.
Oh, cool.
And another new singer who's coming to us from North Carolina for the first time on the show. I'm trying to get my way through the United States. I want to make a checklist to just make sure I get somebody from every state.
You have someone coming up from
I have on the Peggy Lee show, I have a singer singing to us from Hawaii.
Right.
From
I was just going to say, I knew that she was coming up.
Outside of Honolulu. That's
and
next
I love
week.
her look, too.
So if anybody knows any really good singers in Alaska, we'd like to make it happen. I'd like to try to get everybody
We
in
haven't
there.
had like South Dakota.
I don't know anybody in South Dakota or North
just
Dakota.
saying.
Anyway, until I see you on Sunday, be safe, be kind to each other, and do some random act of kindness to somebody just for the heck of it.
Be good to each
Somebody
other.
bought my coffee at a Wawa once. It's like I love stuff like that. It's crazy. Doesn't hurt.
Nice.
All right, love you guys. Have a good night.